I'm Stephen Entwistle. I'm Senior Designer Acoustics here at Dynaudio. I'm mainly responsible for pro speakers. I get to work with a bunch of talented people, and it really is a privilege to pull everything together and deliver this speaker. Core is our professional reference monitor, so it's aimed for people who want professional quality in the studio or at home. Or it's versatile enough to be either a close near-field monitor or far-field monitor. It'll play loud enough to do theatre soundstage, so you can use it wherever you want, however you want, and have the same reference quality. There's 4 models in the Core range: the 59 with a 3-way with a 5-inch mid and a 9-inch woofer, the 47 a 4-inch mid and a 7-inch woofer, the 7 which is a 2-way with a 7-inch woofer, and the Core subwoofer which is 4 times 9-inch. Quite a few comments I've had are, a speaker that looks like that has no right to sound that good. The Air series, when it launched, it was a groundbreaking professional monitor, first one to have AES digital input in, and it had a lot of functionality and quite a cumbersome way to access that functionality. And the reason it had that functionality when it was launched was there was no other way to gain that in this system. What we've done with Core is we've looked at what functionality is appropriate now for most studios, most users. And most studios have a system controller, and the system controller can handle EQs and delays and all those things that were, useful in the Air series. And what we found is most users don't use that functionality anymore. They use that in the controller rather than in the speaker. We've stripped that back. We've made it a lot more accessible, a lot more easy to understand. So instead of a complicated menu structure with an LCD display, we've put some switches on the back. So that's kind of the usability taken care of. What we've also done is, we've learned a lot in the last 15 years from driver design, how we do our crossovers, how best to utilise the DSP. So we've put all that into Core. So we've elevated the acoustic performance as well. All the functionality we've given you is designed to make the setup quick and easy. And once you've got it set up and you're happy with it, you shouldn't need to touch it again. One of the parameters for the whole of the series, not just the drivers, the amplifiers, the cabinets, is longevity. We don't want these speakers to break after 12 months. We want these speakers to still be working 15, 20 years later, still giving you the same quality results. And that's very important to us. We can't have a reference that changes from one year to the next. We want you to be able to walk away, in the winter, come back in 6 months later in the summer and have the same speaker. I'm a bit of a subwoofer head, to be honest. I've spent a lot of time developing subwoofers. And a good subwoofer integrated well with your speakers brings so much more to the soundstage. It's not just a boombox in the corner of the room making some explosion. It improves the whole soundstage. It gives you that solid foundation for everything. If you've got a violin in a big reverberant space and just a solo violin, as soon as you turn on the subwoofer, it becomes a lot more real. And that's because your brain is having to work less. We're very good at putting information in that isn't really there. That's what our brain does very, very well. Visually, auditory, touch. And what the subwoofer does is it puts that information there. So it takes the processing that your brain's doing to compensate for that away and allows your brain to put that processing somewhere else. So it improves your perception of the whole frequency spectrum. Subwoofers still need to deliver that impact. They still need to deliver that real low frequency rumble, but they're so much more than that. And if we look at the 59, you think, why would I need a subwoofer with the 59? No, yeah, it'll still improve it. And what we've done is we've made sure with the filters, when you put in the subwoofer switch, it works perfectly with the subwoofer. So if you want to build a master stack with 2 subwoofers and a 59, just put the switches right and you've got a master stack. If you want to use it in a cinema setup, then just use your controller and do everything like you would normally. But yeah, the subwoofer delivers it in spades, I think. And that sounds incredibly arrogant and quite a bold statement, but it's not just me that thinks that. We've got a lot of people in this organisation who have heard these speakers and are more than impressed. Every model we've done in Core outperforms the model above it in air. And I mean that. That's not a marketing spin. That's not me patting myself on the back. That's what we set out to do, and that's what we've achieved. I think these are the best active loudspeakers we've ever made at Dynaudio.